Good morning, I'm Brian Reagan, this is
Tyler Kelly.
and we welcome you back to Mornings with Brian and Tyler. Today we're in Proverbs 6, verses 6 through 11. Tyler?
Go to the ant, you sluggard, consider her ways and be wise, which, having no captain, overseer, or ruler, provides her supplies in the summer and gathers her fruit in the harvest. How long will you slumber, O sluggard? When will you rise from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall your poverty come on you like a prowler, and your need like an armed man.
All right. Now keep in mind, he's just been talking about interest, debt, being a surety, all of that. So he's now going to the ant. The ant doesn't have to have all kinds of structures to know that it needs to be laying food by in summer and gathering it in winter, gathering it at the harvest time to have in the winter. Tyler, what season comes after spring?
Summer.
What season comes after summer?
Fall.
What season comes after autumn?
Winter.
Winter. What comes after winter?
Spring.
And what comes after spring again?
Summer.
If I ask you that for the next 5 minutes, will the order change?
The order you asked it and can change, but the order is still the order.
And that's the point, y'all. The cycles of life happen regardless. Spring follows winter, a time of death and no growth, followed by a time of planting and preparing for growth, followed by the time of growth and nurturing and weeding and all those things to get the maximum yield, followed by the time of harvest, and then setting by in store, preparing the fields and the equipment so that you can do what you need to in the winter so that you can do it all again in the spring. That's his point here. If you're waiting for a good time, stop waiting. Get on track and get on task with what you know you need to be doing. Because Tyler, what's it been now, a year and a half since you started working on your degree?
We're just about at 2 years. Yes, sir. This will be the end of the fourth semester.
Okay.
Full semester, yeah.
Okay. So 2 years. Now, some people would say that degree will take 3 or 4 years. Now, 2 years ago, roughly when you started during COVID,
Yes, sir.
how many years have passed in the last 2 years since COVID?
Feels like 50, but 2.
2 years have passed in 2 years' time.
Mm-hmm.
In another 2 years, hypothetically, you'll be done with your degree.
Hypothetically.
As long as you behave and do your assignments like you're supposed to. So in 2 years, another 2 years will have passed.
Mm-hmm.
If you did not work on a degree during those 4 years total,
Mm-hmm.
would 4 years still pass?
Yes.
So you mean to tell me that time doesn't stop because you do nothing?
Right.
So time is going to pass
Regardless.
So we might as well learn from the ant and use our time productively to set things by in store, to take care of the things we can take care of, and to get ourselves out of positions that we don't need to be in, so that when the winter of life comes around, you're not worried about winter because you've made your provision. When it was time to work, you worked hard, you worked honest, you got your stuff, because it's going to come a period where you can't do all that, and you're going to need those resources. And I'm telling you, brothers, sisters, and friends, if you haven't been putting aside things, if you haven't been laying stuff in store, you need to. Because winter is coming. And I don't mean it in that stupid Game of Thrones way. Times are upon us. that we need to be like Issachar, the men of Issachar, able to discern the signs of the times. Set your stuff in order. Learn from the ant. And to answer the question, Brother Brian, I didn't know you watched Game of Thrones. I do not. I have never watched even one episode of it. All I know is I saw 900 billion memes
everywhere.
of what's that dude, Sean Bean or whatever?
Yeah, Ned Stark and Sean Bean. Yeah.
Yeah. With his jacket saying winter's coming or whatever.
And 50 different pictures and all set.
Yes.
Yep.
But I've never seen it. I asked someone after like 2 years, I'm like, so who's this guy and what's this meme I see everywhere? And they told me.
Outside the fact it's Sean Bean, and everyone knows Sean Bean.
Whatever. Yes. No, I don't.
Okay.
Not as hip as I used to be.
You watch different types of TV shows and movies, whatever, that he's not in as often as well.
That's right. I've never seen him in Bollywood.
That's exactly right. I figured you hadn't.
So.
Lord of the Rings maybe, but not Bollywood.
Yeah, he was the evil brother.
Yes.
Yes. So with that, I'm Brian Reagan. This is
Tyler Kelly.
And we bid you
Good morning.
good morning.